Hello, hi, good luck. Hello and welcome, Magic learners, much love. Today we are back with another match with the VIAL Wizard stack, bam, and we start with Aether VIAL, which is always the dream. This hand is awesome in Modern. Magic learning Magic backwards and forwards with a fun daily topic to talk about. Me bringing you the optimal dose of Magic. What I believe. I've played, there's different times for different things, and there's times to play a lot of Magic, but over a lifetime, Serum Visions, over a lifetime, match of Magic a day is good. Crossword, chess, Sudoku, whatever, as a warm-up in the morning. It's a popular thing. I'm going to go digging for some science on that, if any of you have some science that can show. No, we do have science that says that, not specifically, wow, that's a great draw. I'm going to play the Omen Speaker, though, so we can more easily set up the Sky Hussar next turn. And I'd be happy to draw both of these, actually. This one and then this one. We do have science that shows that playing games, strategic games, lights up a certain part of the brain. This game is, I'm predicting we're going to win. Yeah. And actually physically changes the structure of the brain. That's a video I've been meaning to do for some time, which you will see. Why gaming makes us smarter, how gaming makes us smarter. And that's covered in the first chapter of the ebook as well. But that's not the main topic for today. First off, let's focus on this match and try to figure out the best way to win. So, I'm going to crack this Misty, and I'm just going to get an island. I don't want to get the Hallowed Fountain for Sky Hussar yet. We can Aether VIAL it in later, or we can just keep drawing cards off it, which is actually the ideal. So, Serum Visions, looking for Grand Architect, and I'm actually going to bottom the both of these. Neither of them is super exciting for what we're looking for the next piece. The next card we're looking for is either Phyrexian Metamorph or is Void Mage Prodigy is really what I would like to find. Opponent asks if we're playing Wizard Tribal. I'm not going to answer that because I don't want to give him the edge. Also, it kind of answers, yeah, we're Wizard Tribal. Check the board, but some people want to chat, and that's okay. Omen Speaker, don't really want either of these. Bottom. Take this up to 3. Use Sky Hussar. And there's Void Mage, so we need another island now. I haven't drawn it. And that's my mistake for bottoming the other one. But we can keep up Martyr of Frost, and if we're ever able to, yeah, I mean, we're going to win pretty quickly with what we have on the board, but if we're able to get an island for, oh, you know what's interesting? I screwed this game up. I believe I screwed us up. So if we had used Sky Hussar before Aether VIAL, we could have dropped Void Mage Prodigy, which I think is slightly more important. Although, yeah, I think the opponent's playing extra turns, I would guess. Bobby, that might be the player we had played against previously. Okay, 4 counters. I clicked through my draw step, which was an accident, but we're at a point where maybe we should try to win. Ship the turn. Although Master of Waves on its lonesome would finish the opponent off, so a few real minor mistakes. Although, I don't know how the opponent's going to win. They've done a whole lot of nothing this game. We are in the tournament room, so... Yeah, alright, so here's the real topic of the day, something I have been thinking about, and for those of you who enjoy the repetitive nature of a new topic, but the same sort of thing, those of you who are fairly new, it is good to cover something non-magic related just because this channel is about learning in all kinds, and magic is a way to put us in the learning mood. So something that I've been reading up about and thinking about is the idea of manifestation, of prosperous thinking, laws of prosperity, think and grow rich, consistency. The idea that whatever you think, becomes, there's a master of waves, whatever you think is physically manifested in reality. If you have positive thoughts, you physically manifest what you think about. If you have negative thoughts, you physically manifest your own downfall. And obviously, this is a complex issue. How exactly do you go about thinking, and how much truth is there to this? As Charlie Munger, the billionaire, said, not that billionaires are always right about everything, but I spent a lot of time preparing for the worst, and I'm happier for it. Gigadrows. And I kind of, in my young life, I've spent some time preparing for the worst, and my plans are better for it. However, here's a Gigadrows, yeah. However, maybe I brought about bad shit happening, but when the bad shit happened, I was more prepared. The idea, though, is that you make abundant proclamations, affirmations, things like, I see this YouTube channel growing to 1,000 people in 2 months, subs, which I did and actually happened. And I say, I see this growing to 10,000 within a year. And I see the Magic for Good group growing to 10,000 within a year. So we'll see how this goes. I think that we're not necessarily going to win this turn. I think that we're going to win, though. So opponent's tapping 5 of these. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I believe that we can use Martyr of Frost to counter one and put in Master of Waves to counter another. And we would have... 3, 4, 5. Oh, Master of Waves to buff. We'd have 2 of these coming in for 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, so... Or maybe we have enough just as is. We're going to attack for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 8... Yeah, what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... Yeah, okay. I just don't want to screw us up so we end up losing. Reveal 1 Master of Waves. The opponent is tapped out. Okay. X equals 1. Alternatively, we could play it safe and put in a Void Mage. But from the math, it seems like we counter one of these, and we attack, and it's all good. So back to the idea of prosperous thinking. Weldon Long, consistency, he says, beliefs, or thoughts shape beliefs, shape actions, shape reactions. So whatever you think, thoughts you have in your head are what ends up happening. And whether you prepare for the worst or not, I think we can all agree that it's good to have good thoughts, and that's really what this idea is about, is it's interesting trying to manifest wealth and love and success and food and abundance and stuff like this just by thinking about it. But if we look at goal planning and stuff like this, and this is how all sorts of coaching works, is you have a really specific goal of these things, and then you can work backwards from to where you are and formulate a plan between A and B. So if you don't know exactly where B is and whatever you're manifesting, then it's really hard to get to B. On the other hand, I also like the idea of just trying to get better, trying to get more. Like, I'm not trying to get 10,000 subscribers. I'm just trying to get more subscribers. But that's not nearly as powerful because it's not as definite. So that's basically the topic. And if there's a question in there, it is, what are your thoughts on that? What do you think the reality is on that? Do you practice manifestation, positive thinking, affirmation, stuff like that? And again, the reason why this is a discussion on top of the Magic is just because if this was 100% a Magic channel, I would be bored and I wouldn't do it. That's just me. I mean, I like Magic, but I wouldn't dedicate my life just to playing the game. I dedicate my life to doing greater things, and the game has become a platform for that. So anyways, that's enough of that. Now let's focus on gaming. So, kind of like Meddling Mage. Definitely like, we're kind of set up for this deck. Swords and Metamorphs again are non-essential. Although I actually quite like Sword as a way to finish, but Metamorphs are non-essential. Vendilion Click could be pretty good. Venser and Archmage is just the nail if we can get her down. And then we could play another land. Rest in Peace. I believe the opponent has Snapcaster Mage, but I think that's plenty. And then Meddling Mage could be okay. We haven't seen enough cards. I have an idea. The opponent's playing Time Warp. The opponent's playing Dictate. Yeah, sure, we'll get it in. I'm not in love with Serum Visions in this deck. It clogs up the mana base. Submit. Welcome in to game 2. And this hand is, I'm going to keep it. You can see how much worse this deck is without drawing Aether Vial. Staggering. Staggering how much worse it is, because it has Aether Vial off the top. Sage is interesting. So we could either, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Sage, and then there's a good chance we're going to take the best one and crack the rest, shuffle them away. Or not. Well, we're really going to want to get to 4 lands. But I don't really care about the rest of these. Actually, I am going to draw the Sage of Epicure, and I'm going to shuffle the rest away. So the reason for that is we want to get to 4 lands, but we don't mind having an extra Sage because it's just going to be Void Mage fodder. And we want to fetch the Hallowed Fountain, and we want to find our 4th land, which Sage is going to help us do. So, seems like it should work well enough. Now, I'm going to go for Meddling Mage here on Dictate. My feeling is that it may get remanded. That's the key card here. We're probably playing against Mono Blue turn after turn. Turn after turn. Remand. Excuse those notes. First notes of the day. They were... Okay. Draw for the turn. Uh-oh, lag time. Okay, we've drawn another land, which is good. I'm going to go for Meddling Mage again. See if the opponent throws in Dictate. Okay, that's kind of expected, I suppose. I'm going to name Cryptic Command. Cryptic Command. Exhaustion would be another good one to name. I'm assuming the opponent has Cryptic. They may not. That way, Venser's good. Ooh, there's some good ones in here. The problem is we're only going to be able to draw one. We're going to have to shuffle the rest away. However, if we go Grand Architect, 1, 2, into Sword, into Void Mage, we're going to win. As good as Venser is, that's just a winning play. Excuse me if I'm wrong. So I'm going to draw the Sword. And if we're going to lose, it's going to be to Exhaustion here. If we're going to lose, it's going to be to Exhaustion, making us skip our untap. Also, the Giga Drowse could be problematic. Hey, we actually get to draw both. There's also Remand. Remand's also a concern. So maybe we just want to go for either Void Mage or for Venser. Void Mage gets remanded, at least we can replay it. Could use some Martyr of Frosts here. I like just keeping up Venser. That seems good. Unfortunately, I forgot the last two cards to Sage, but it doesn't matter too much. We're going to crack the Misty. So, I'm going to let the opponent draw the extra card. Disperse. Okay, I'm going to pick up Meddling Mage. I'm going for the end of turn Venser. By the way, this deck we're playing against is really annoying. As you may can tell, it's not highly well, our deck's probably really annoying too, but it's not really an interactive deck at all. Crack this. Might as well throw down Venser, because what else are we doing right now? Bounce that Dictate. This Dictate and the mono blue opponent represents the obstacles of today. We're going to attack them, and we're going to conquer them. And if we come up short, we're going to come back tomorrow and we're going to try again. Very simple. Very simple. Power of consistency. Right? If this video has a new channel every day, or if this channel has a new video every day, reasonably high quality video, doing something no one else is doing, something fun and useful, Void Mage. Okay. Dictate. Dictate is on the table. And I'm just going to leave this Void Mage up. The opponent may have... this might be our last turn. The opponent could throw down, tap, tap, or bounce the Void Mage, and that's basically going to be it. So, we could throw down Meddling Mage. Ooh, we're getting a gift. It's in the main phase, and the opponent is making a play. They've screwed up. We can play Meddling Mage. And we can name, although we're still probably going to lose, we can name Time Warp, we can name Part the Water Veil, we can name whatever it is that they do. I think Time Warp's the best one, because it's the cheapest, and they're most likely to have that. So, again, this is what happens when we don't have Aether Vial. It's much harder, so I think in order to win this match, we're going to have to draw Aether Vial in 2 of 3 games, and we're so far 1 for 2. 5, 6. Okay, here it comes. Part the Water Veil. There was another one we could have named. I still think Time Warp makes the most sense because it is the cheapest. and they're likely to have it. Disperse, okay. Alright, I am close to conceding. There's time warp. Because generally the opponent's deck wins at this point. It's not a guarantee, but generally they... Yeah, if the opponent... Ooh, exhaustion. Alright, well we do get another turn at the least. Elixir. We don't get to do a whole lot on this turn, but we get another turn to throw out a few things. So, we could play a Sage, but I'm going to choose not to. The reason not is, if the opponent has another exhaustion, I want to untap and play a second land, and we have Void Mage up. I think that would be pretty great. Be pretty great. Make plans for the worst, right? I don't know about this manifestation in Magic. The opponent does not have exhaustion, so I'm going to play Sage Repetir. Now I'm making plans for the worst. The opponent may have this thing, so exhaustion. Yeah, exactly. I made plans for the worst, and I'm happier for it, as Charlie Munger says. If we draw an island, I'm much happier for this play. Well, we got hosed. We don't need 2 Grand Architects, that's for sure. Okay, here's... Concerned about... There's Walk the Aeons. I'm surprised the opponent didn't buy that back. Sacrifice 3 islands. They've got 11 islands in play. You know, I feel like we may have been... I feel like we really may have won that game if we had drawn an island there. There's a Cryptic Command. It's interesting. Very interesting. So cards that are of concern. Giga Drowse, Remand, and so on. And we're drawing some... Finally drew our 6th land, so let's just... Yeah, probably going to crack that. It makes sense to play Void Mage. I would love to seal the deal on this turn if possible by playing Grand Architect. We could throw down Vendilion Click. If we could get Sword in, it seems like that would be the winning play. If we can get Glenelendra Archmage down, that seems like that would be the winning play. I like Void Mage because we have mana to play multiples of these. Mana Leak. I'm going to let that go. And at this point, I'm going to go for it. Going for it is... Actually, there's 2 different ways to go for it here. We go for the Grand Architect, which will probably end the game, if it works. Or we go for Void Mage, and if that gets countered, I kind of like going for another Void Mage. This is going for it in another way. If this gets countered, at least we get to throw down Meddling Mage. But we've got a Void Mage in play. Oh, Giga Drowse. Oh, there's another Dictate. Interesting. I think getting Grand Architect in play probably would have been a better bet, now that I think about it, but... Oh well. Alright, so we've got 1 turn, the opponent's drawing 3 cards, and we've got a counterspell, so a lot can go wrong. Really tricky game, and the clocks are a bit neck and neck, so we've got time if there's another game. Serum Visions is fine, gonna save Void Mage to counter something that definitely beats us. 6. I mean, whatever takes an extra turn, we're going to counter it. If the opponent has 2, then we're up a crick. Again, Although if we're able to make a dollar untap, play Grand Architect with Void Mage backup, and then suit up Sword of Feast and Famine and untap all our lands, that will be game. 5. I'm thinking the opponent has Walk the Aeons and Time Warp, and that's what they're thinking about, is Walk the Aeons with buyback. They've got 4 cards. So, what's it gonna be? Alright, here's Walk the Aeons. I mean, we've got to counter this. There's just... I'm getting some lag. Sacrifice or choose this spell. Why can't I counter this? Is there... Okay, because there's lag is why. Alright, so we're countering it. If the opponent has Time Warp, they probably win. But they don't appear to. However, there's a Serum Visions. Giga Drowse and Cryptic Command are still concerns. Cryptic Command is less of a concern because we're going to have Void Mage. If they had Cryptic Command, they would have bounced the Void Mage. So that doesn't make sense. Alright, so 3, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go for it, as they say. As they say. Crack a Flooded Strand. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure about the lag, where that's coming from. Whether it's my computer or the internet in my office. Okay, so let's play a Grand Architect. And let's play a sword. And let's tap another sword. Play this thing. It's in play. I want to have as much mana as possible to fight. Oh, we won the match. Alright, well, that worked out. Pretty interesting match. And I will probably be back with another one with this deck. That's 2 rounds we played, and I want to play more. I love this deck. It's super fun. It's been a really long time, and I want to play with it more. Again, if you haven't seen the deck tech, make sure to go check that out. But it's just wizards and card draw and Aether Vial and mana and powerfully goodness. And for those of you who like to answer these questions, you don't have to answer in the comments, but think about what your thoughts are and whether they are manifesting greatness or manifesting disorder. And however, do you think it's worth planning for the worse? I think so. And I'm not alone in that. And then for everyone else who made it here, thank you so much for your support. And thanks to all our patrons for your patronage. If you're not yet doing that, check out what we have to offer you. It helps this channel keep growing. And yeah, I see the patronage continuing to grow. So thank you all so much for that. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. So have a great, great day.